Creating new habits. A habit is something we do, something that we kind of a routine or something we do on a day to day basis or at least regularly without having to think about it. So it tends to happen naturally to us. Habits can be learned, and the good thing is they can also be unlearned. Unhealthy eating, for example, can be a habit. To have the craving of sugary things can be a habit. So actually it's a really good thing for you that you have once learned them. And now it's a bit hard for you, but the really good message about this is you can unlearn. You can tell your body not to want them anymore. So when you have new habits, it's really important for you to set habits or to change habits in a good pace. You do not want to change your whole life from now to tomorrow. It's like just not working like this. The only thing that would happen is you are getting uber frustrated and it won't go anywhere, because if you can't be like anyhow motivated or like have fun along the journey, while you're so frustrated because you don't make the process you or the progress you want to make, it's really hard. So you won't have any fun and you won't get any results, or at least not really the results you could get. In the following parts we will go over it a bit more in detail on how you can change your habits and how you can do it really successfully, so that after you've watched this video you will know what to do and then pick your habits you would like to transform, like to change, and then really put it into the tiny pieces and really go over it so that you can make yourself an action plan which helps you to stay accountable and to just overview and review your process. As I've already said before, you do not want to change or start like really big, massive habits in one go. It's just too frustrating, and it just doesn't really make that much sense because you won't get the results that you want. So to set yourself up for success, I definitely recommend you to change a tiny, tiny habit. If you want to eat healthier, for example, what you could do is you could say, okay, every Sunday I gonna cook myself a really healthy breakfast and I'm gonna make myself a green juice or a green smoothie with it. This is not a too big kind of health habit change, and then you can like literally build it up. You can do it like every day. I'm gonna do this every morning. Then you can do it like maybe even as a snack in between. The habit itself is not too kind of big of a change, and I mean, of course, it depends on what your goal is, but you will have to do a lot of other things to get there. So you will have to do some meal planning, you will have to buy the ingredients, you have to go grocery shopping, you need to plan in some time to get there. So it's actually, although it might seem like a really small change or a small habit, there is a lot of things you have to take care of, or you have to take in account. So this might be an option. Or what you could do is, rather than having my diet coke or my normal coke at 3 p.m. in the afternoon when I get tired at work, I'm gonna have a water and might go for a 5-minute walk through the office. So it's like really about tiny changes that are easy not to say no to. So it's like something you really want to do. No matter how busy you are, no matter how focused you are just now, it's something you want to implement. It could also be something that when I wake up, I do not want to check my phone for the first 50 minutes, it's only me time. There's so many different things. It could also be something like I'm gonna read 10 pages a day when I go to bed. So this is something which is absolutely doable at any given day. To read 10 pages is not a lot. So it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. So be really, take something that is easy for you to do and it's easy not to do, so that you have to focus yourself on doing the kind of things. And then just keep going until you get into the habit of like, having like the urge or the wish to read something when you go to bed, for example, so that you kind of create your own routine with this small habit change. The massive benefit why you should be doing this is that you create willpower, that you train your willpower, which is kind of muscle, that you're gonna train it to exactly do what you want to be doing and not what your willpower wants to be doing. You probably know this kind of scenery where you think like, oh, hang on, where is my motivation? I just came across me with a cocktail in the hand. So you do not want to get into this trap. You definitely want to be the owner of your willpower and really, set the tone and decide what you want to do. So, as I said, start with something small and just practice it all over again to just really defeat yourself. I know sometimes playing Candy Crush might be a really nice idea and it might be something which is really easy to do. It's as easy not to do. So if you don't want to read something, then just don't play Candy Crush, just delete the app or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like finding something that's easy and just get yourself into the habit of doing this thing over and over again, so that you have actually create a new habit and have like a massive success like on a day-to-day basis, which will set you up for more success, and it just helps you to train your willpower. When you have done something or when you have achieved something that you wanted to change, you can then go on and pick on something new. For example, the easiest way to create new habits is to implement them in existing routines. So rather than changing your whole morning routine or whatever you might want to change, or to change your whole kind of way how you eat, you can just change one tiny bit. So this means, let's say you are going to change your evening routine. You want to have a more relaxed night's sleep. So we already decided you do not want to play Candy Crush and rather want to read something like 10 pages. And we just go a bit like further in the process, and we just take on that you managed to do so. So the next step would then be, rather than just like going to bed, switching off your phone, or don't checking maybe you're even still checking Instagram, etc., but don't play Candy Crush anymore, and reading a book, you might want to implement as well to do a 10-minute meditation. So the easiest way for you to be doing this is to just put it straight after something you're doing regularly. This could be something like, I'm gonna brush my teeth, which you're probably doing every evening anyways, and you probably do not really think about it anymore. So you just go to the bathroom and then just brush your teeth. So you go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, and then immediately get into your meditation, your 10-minute meditation. And then you can go to bed, read your 10 pages, switch off your phone, whatever it might be. So we try to build up to more or to better habits, to just more great ones, by sticking a bit more tiny bit more heavier or more hard ones, more hard habits into your routine. So you do not want to change your whole routine from the beginning, because it will be just a massive change. And as we have already talked about a lot, massive changes are really, really hard, and they can be really frustrating because it's really hard for you to get the results you want. So rather, give yourself a bit more time and do the things in a tiny way, so that you literally can start with like something very small and then just build it up until you have, maybe after a year, a whole new evening routine. It will probably be quicker anyways, but that you have, just a really great evening routine which is really working for you, and where you can really be proud of yourself and where you feel good after you've done this. So please give it a try and really start building up habits and starting to picking up a bit more new habits or new kind of ways to do things, to just like try out and what is working for you, have a little play along the way, and just really do what is really good for you and what works for you. But don't go only the easy way. You do not want to make it just easy and stay in your comfort zone. You try to change your life. So please have a think about, what do you want to change, and then break it into tiny chunks that you can then pick up on the go. When you're in the process of creating new habits, you will probably get to a point, to sooner or later, where you feel like, oh, this is not going anywhere, and you start to become impatient and, maybe even get back to your old routine and just play Candy Crush in bed, don't do any meditation and these kind of things. That's okay, but please be aware, be kind to yourself, and then go quickly back to the process you're trying to change, or the habits you're trying to change. It's really important that you take awareness, or that you're aware of what is going on, and that you keep focused on what you want to change. As I already said at the beginning, habits are things that tend to come to us in a natural way. We just are used to do these kind of things, like for example playing Candy Crush as soon as we get bored anywhere. Our body, our mind is trained to do so. So to go back into an old habit will always be the easier choice for you. Therefore, it's hard. It's really hard for you to change your habits. This is why we said, okay, we're gonna kind of connect them to an existing routine, like brushing your teeth and then doing the new habit right after it without reducing the time you have to think about it, whether you really want to do doing this or you want to feel like doing this. The truth is you will probably never really feel like doing it until you have formed a new habit. By then you won't think about it anymore. But to really change a habit is hard for you because there's kind of a barrier, there's a hurdle you have to overcome to change your behavior and to do the new one rather than sticking with the old ones. So in case anything happens and you go back on, back to your old behavior and lose track, that's okay. Be kind to yourself, but acknowledge that this is the wrong thing you do not want to do. So the best thing to do then is to go quickly back, correct your behavior, and get back into the new habit kind of forming behavior. Because the more time you have between creating a new habit or this circle of being in a new habit, breaking out of it, going back to your old habit, and then going back on track to you want your new habit to be, the harder it will be for you and the harder it will just be to implement this habit because you're more likely to have to increase the whole process of creating new habits. It's depending on who you are and how you know how much willpower you have, how kind of structured person you are. Maybe there's a lot of kind of different indicators, but it can take up to 60 days or even longer until you have implemented a routine. Some people can, or a new habit, some people can maybe do it in 30 days, some in 90 days. So we are not talking about a quick win or a quick fix. It's really something you want to pay attention to and you want to do it in a way that is easy for you to keep doing. Therefore, you do not want to build up too many new habits in one go. You do not want to do all the massive big chunks in one go, but rather like split the habit into, for example, in your night routine, into tiny pieces, which are easy for you to pick up and then to change. So I wish you very best of luck with that, and please keep me updated how you are doing this, or maybe you have any like other tips how you can really change your habits or to form new habits. I think this is a beneficial part for everyone who is actually doing this course because in the end, if we try to change our lives, it's really about building habits and to changing the things we are doing and how we're doing things. So please feel free to either drop me a message or to leave a comment in the comment section or in the question section. I'm really keen on getting to know how you guys are doing this and how you're getting along, and maybe even how long it took you or how long it will take you. So maybe you want to do this afterwards. How long it took you to create a new habit and to really create new kind of routines for you, and what was the best tip for you to stay motivated and to keep going.